For billions of years, intelligence was the slow product of biology, evolution's masterpiece. But then we forged a new kind of mind from silicon and electricity: artificial intelligence. Now these two paths, biological and artificial, are converging. We stand at a crossroads where living tissue and computational hardware are beginning to merge, creating something entirely new. This isn't science fiction, it's happening in labs today. Scientists are coaxing living neurons, cells like those in your brain, to compute, building intelligence from life itself. This challenges our very definitions of computers and intelligence. We are witnessing the birth of biological AI, a fusion that could reshape our future. Digital computers are powerful but rigid. The brain is messy, resilient, and efficient. The quest for biological AI is about capturing the magic of living systems, their adaptability, low power, and ability to learn. It's a journey into the inner space of the cell, forcing us to rethink computation. What does it mean to think? What happens when intelligence is, literally, alive? The story of biological AI is the next leap in our evolution, blending biology and technology. We are explorers, venturing into the living cell, not distant stars. The adventure is just beginning. So what is biological AI? At its core, it's computing with living brain cells, neurons as hardware. Instead of silicon chips, scientists use clusters of neurons that form real living networks. These networks process information, learn, and solve problems, just like a tiny, simple brain. Unlike traditional AI, which runs on code and digital processors, biological AI is a living neural network. It operates in the analog world of chemistry and electricity, not just ones and zeros. Each neuron is a complex processor, and together they self-organize and learn. The learning isn't programmed, it's embedded in the changing structure of the network. This is called plasticity, the biological basis of learning and memory. Scientists guide these networks to perform tasks by stimulating them in controlled ways. Traditional AI is like a puppet. Biological AI is more like a living organism, learning and adapting on its own. We don't program every move. We create the right environment and let it grow. This approach embraces the complexity of biology, not just simulating it. It's a new paradigm, intelligence that is organic, adaptive, and alive. The algorithm is written in the living network itself. We're moving from software that mimics the brain to hardware that brain-like. Biological AI is a living, learning system, something fundamentally new. How do you build a thinking machine from living cells? It starts with neurons, either from animal embryos or human stem cells. Scientists coax stem cells into becoming neurons, then place them onto a multi-electrode array, a smart petri dish embedded with tiny electrodes. These electrodes both stimulate and record from the neurons. The neurons grow, connect, and form intricate networks, thousands or even hundreds of thousands strong. This network is a blank slate, ready to learn. Training begins by sending electrical pulses as input and recording the network's response as output. Feedback is key. Correct responses are reinforced, while mistakes get random signals. Over time, the network physically rewires itself, strengthening useful connections and weakening others. This is neuroplasticity in action. The network literally learns. The process is slow and organic, guided by feedback. Scientists are cultivating intelligence, one connection at a time. The result is a living network that adapts and improves, not by code, but by changing its own structure. It's a blend of biology and engineering, art and science. The machine isn't programmed, it's grown. Each experiment brings us closer to understanding how life itself can compute. Biological computing is about harnessing the power of living systems. We're not just building computers, we're cultivating intelligence. Let's look at a real-world example. DishBrain. Scientists at Cortical Labs grew 800,000 human and mouse brain cells on a multi-electrode array. Their goal? Teach this mini-brain to play Pong. The game's ball position was translated into electrical signals sent to the neural network. The network's job was to control the paddle, with its activity moving the paddle up or down. Success brought a pleasant, predictable stimulus. Failure brought chaotic noise. Remarkably, DishBrain learned to play Pong in just 5 minutes. The cells adapted their behavior to avoid chaos and seek reward. They weren't programmed with the rules, they figured it out. This experiment proved that living networks can learn and interact with digital environments. DishBrain wasn't conscious, but it showed sentient behavior, sensing and acting to achieve a goal. It's a glimpse of intelligence emerging from life in a dish. Why pursue biological AI? Its energy efficiency is astonishing. The human brain with 86 billion neurons runs on just 20 watts, less than a light bulb. Supercomputers need megawatts and massive cooling to match the brain's calculations. The difference? Digital computers separate memory and processing, shuttling data back and forth, wasting energy. In the brain, memory and processing are one. Information is stored in the network structure. Biological systems are also resilient. If damaged, they reroute signals and heal. Imagine a computer that could fix itself and adapt to damage. Biological AI could revolutionize computing, slashing energy use and boosting resilience. We could build AI systems that last for decades, repairing themselves and adapting to new challenges. This is evolution's RD, 4 billion years of robust, efficient information processing. By embracing biological computation, we tap into nature's supercomputer. The result? Smarter, greener, and more adaptable machines. The future of AI could be as efficient and resilient as life itself. That's the promise of biological intelligence. As we create living intelligence, we face profound ethical questions. At what point does a network of neurons become something that can feel or suffer? If a biological AI can learn and show preferences, could it also experience pain? We must set clear ethical guidelines before scaling up these systems. Public conversations with scientists, ethicists, and policymakers are essential. The benefits are immense, but we must avoid unacceptable moral costs. Technically, these systems are fragile. Brain cells need constant care in a sterile environment. Scaling up to billions of neurons is a huge challenge. We need breakthroughs in tissue engineering to build larger, more stable organoids. Communication is another hurdle. Current technology can only interface with a small fraction of cells. We need better ways to read from and write to these living networks. Solving maintenance, scalability, and interfacing is the next big engineering challenge. Only then can we move from simple lab experiments to world-changing biological computers. The path forward is as complex as the technology itself. The possibilities for biological AI are vast. In medicine, brain organoids could model neurological diseases for personalized treatment. We could test drugs on a patient's own cells, finding the best therapies without risk. This could revolutionize drug discovery and neuroscience. Instead of animal models, we'd study human neural tissue directly. In computing, biological AI could handle tasks that require intuition, creativity, or learning from small data. Robots powered by living intelligence could adapt to unpredictable environments. Autonomous vehicles and assistants could learn and anticipate our needs. In science, these systems could model complex phenomena like climate or markets. Biological AI would complement digital computers, creating hybrid systems. The fusion of silicon speed and biological adaptability could unlock new discoveries. This is the dawn of a new era in intelligence. The journey toward organoid intelligence is accelerating. Scientists are now creating three-dimensional brain organoids, tiny spheres of human brain tissue that mimic real brain structures. These organoids offer more realistic models for studying brain function and disease. By integrating them with advanced input and output tech, we're building more powerful biological computers. In medicine, organoids from patients' cells let us watch diseases develop and test treatments in real time. This shifts medicine from reactive to proactive and personalized. In computing, imagine a living co-processor that grows and learns with you. Robots powered by organoid intelligence could perform delicate tasks with adaptability and awareness. In space, biological AI could pilot probes, learning and repairing itself far from Earth. The implications stretch from healthcare to robotics to exploration. Organoid intelligence isn't just about better computers, it's about a new partnership with living intelligence. We're building machines that are less like tools and more like biological partners. The future is alive, adaptive, and full of possibility. We stand at a pivotal moment, on the verge of cultivating minds that are both engineered and alive. Biological AI merges the information systems of life and technology. The potential is vast breakthroughs in medicine, energy, and exploration. We've seen neurons in a dish learn, and glimpsed the promise of resilient, efficient intelligence. But we also face serious technical and ethical challenges. The future demands not just scientific brilliance, but humility and foresight. We must choose to build this future wisely with compassion and responsibility. We are playing with the building blocks of thought itself. As we add a new chapter to the story of intelligence, we must ask, Not just can we do it, but should we? If we proceed, how do we ensure this new intelligence is a compassionate partner in our cosmic journey? The next leap in evolution is ours to shape, if we're ready.